Open your fridge right now. Chances are there's a jar inside that you've been spreading on sandwiches, stirring into tuna, dolloping on chips for years. You trusted it, but here's what the label doesn't scream from the shelf. When The Telegraph recently analysed supermarket mayonnaise, they found that 9 out of 13 budget brands contain ultra-processed ingredients you'd never use in your own kitchen. Things your grandmother never needed when she made it at home. Today, we're exposing 8 mayonnaise brands you need to stop buying immediately. And by the end, I'll show you 2 safe alternatives. Because what you're spreading on your family's lunch shouldn't read like a chemistry experiment. 1. Heinz Real Mayonnaise. You know Heinz, the brand your grandmother trusted, the one that built its reputation on quality in those familiar glass jars. Their real mayonnaise sits in every major supermarket, marketed as exactly what it claims to be: real. But turn that jar around and read what's inside. Antioxidant, calcium disodium EDTA, a chemical preservative. Natural flavors, instead of relying on the taste of real ingredients. Why does real mayonnaise need flavorings? Why does it need a chemical added to prevent spoilage if it contains what real mayonnaise should contain? Here's what Heinz doesn't advertise. They could make this without additives. They choose not to. They choose the ingredient that extends shelf life, reduces quality control costs, and maximizes profit. The word real on the front competes with the chemical additives on the back, and your family pays the difference. But if you think the market leader is cutting corners, wait until you see what Britain's biggest supermarket is selling you. 2. Asda Just Essentials Mayonnaise. Asda built its entire brand on helping British families save money. Their Just Essentials range promises basic, honest food at prices you can afford. The 500ml jar costs 92p. A bargain, you think. Turn it over and read what they don't want you to see. Water. That's the first ingredient. Not oil. Water. Then rapeseed oil. Then, right there in third position, glucose-fructose syrup. Sugar syrup. Asda is selling you water, sweetener, and thickeners disguised as mayonnaise. Modified maize starch. Stabilizers, xanthan gum, guar gum. This isn't a bargain, it's a chemistry experiment dressed as food. Families on tight budgets, people who can least afford to waste money, are paying for mayonnaise and receiving a watered-down sugar emulsion. Asda knows real ingredients cost more. They're betting you won't read the label. And when Tesco plays the same game, the betrayal cuts even deeper. 3. Tesco Chili Mayonnaise. Britain's largest supermarket. 27% of the entire grocery market. Your weekly shop almost certainly includes something from Tesco. Their chili mayonnaise costs £1.35 for 235 millilitres. Reasonable, you think, until you read what's inside. Water is the first ingredient, not oil. Water. Rapeseed oil comes second at just 28%, then modified maize starch, preservatives, flavoring instead of real ingredients. This product contains more water than oil, only 3% pasteurized egg yolk. You're not buying mayonnaise, you're buying a starch-thickened water sauce with a hint of oil and chili flavoring. Tesco could label this honestly. They could call it water and starch emulsion with flavorings, but they put a picture of chili mayonnaise on the front and hope you assume the rest. The question isn't whether Tesco knows better. The question is why they choose not to do better. And if the big supermarkets are cutting corners this badly, what about the discounters promising quality on a budget? 4. Aldi Bramwell's Real Mayonnaise. Aldi has spent years convincing British shoppers that German efficiency means better products at lower prices. Their Bramwell's range is positioned as the affordable alternative to branded mayonnaise. When The Telegraph tested it, they found it contains 3 ultra-processed ingredients. The specific formula includes modified starch and stabilizers that real mayonnaise never requires. Real mayonnaise needs oil, egg yolk, vinegar, salt, maybe mustard. That's it. Aldi's version contains additives your grandmother never needed. They achieve those low prices by substituting real ingredients with industrial alternatives. You're paying for the convenience of mayonnaise while receiving the reality of factory processing. The low price on the shelf masks the compromised ingredients inside. And if you think paying more at a premium brand escapes this pattern, Heinz has something to show you. 5. Heinz Seriously Good Light Mayonnaise. Heinz charges a premium for this one, £3.40 for 815 grams at Tesco right now. Seriously Good Light, they call it. The word light should trigger suspicion every single time. Read the ingredients. Water first. Always water first with these products. Rapeseed oil at just 25%. Modified starch. Sugar. Only 3.5% pasteurized free-range egg and 1% egg yolk combined. You're paying Heinz prices for a product that's mostly water, thickeners, and sweeteners. Light means diluted. It means they removed the fat and added things you never asked for to make it taste vaguely like the original. Preservative, potassium sorbate. Antioxidant, calcium disodium EDTA. Heinz knows real mayonnaise requires oil and egg. They also know they can sell you the watered-down version at nearly the same price if they call it light and put seriously good on the label. But even their full-fat version, as we saw, contains additives you wouldn't keep in your kitchen. 6. Hellmann's Real Mayonnaise. Hellmann's positions itself as the market leader, the gold standard. Real mayonnaise, they call it. And compared to budget options, the ingredients look better. But look closer. Antioxidant, calcium disodium EDTA. That's a chemical preservative added to prevent rancidity. Natural flavors instead of relying on the taste of real ingredients. Why does real mayonnaise need flavorings? Why does it need chemical preservatives if it contains what real mayonnaise contains? Hellmann's could make this without additives. They choose not to. They choose the ingredient that extends shelf life, reduces quality control costs, and maximizes profit. The word real on the front competes with the chemical additives on the back. And when they reformulate for the plant-based trend, the processing intensifies even further. 7. Hellmann's Vegan Mayonnaise. This one targets you specifically if you're trying to eat cleaner. Vegan sounds healthier, sounds ethical. Turn the bottle around. Modified starch. Natural flavorings. Thickener, xanthan gum. Antioxidant, calcium disodium EDTA. The same preservative from the regular version. This product requires extensive industrial processing to approximate something resembling mayonnaise without eggs. Every additive exists because the real ingredients aren't there. They know vegan sells. They also know most buyers won't read past the front label. The marketing says one thing, the ingredients say another. And when Morrison's follows the same playbook, the pattern becomes unmistakable. 8. Morrison's Classic Mayonnaise. Morrison's built decades of trust with their Market Street concept. Fresh food, butcher counters, the illusion of traditional retailing. Their classic mayonnaise, according to the Telegraph's analysis, has an ingredients list nearly identical to Asda's budget option. It contains the same ultra-processed ingredients. Modified starch, stabilizers, and additives you wouldn't use at home. Morrison's could adopt transparent labeling. They could tell you exactly what percentage is oil, what percentage is egg, What additives serve which purpose? The brand heritage means nothing when the current product follows the same industrial formula as every other budget option. But you don't have to play this game. There are options from companies that still make mayonnaise the way it should be made. DeLuis mayonnaise is the premium choice you can trust. You'll find it at Waitrose, Ocado, and select independent retailers. At Ocado, a 250-gram jar costs £3.25. DeLuis uses free-range eggs, sunflower oil, and authentic ingredients. No artificial colours, no artificial flavours, no preservatives, no ultra-processed additives. The Telegraph specifically named DeLuis as having no UPFs, zero ultra-processed ingredients. That's what you're paying for. Your own kitchen is the budget alternative that beats every supermarket option. A stick blender, 1 egg, 1 cup of light oil, a teaspoon of lemon juice or vinegar, a pinch of mustard, salt. 60 seconds. That's it. Cost? About £1.50 worth of ingredients for better mayonnaise than anything under £4 in the shops. You control every ingredient. The British mayonnaise market has been quietly compromised. Brands you trusted for decades are selling you water, sugar, and industrial additives at premium prices. Real mayonnaise is worth finding. Your body knows the difference. Which brand shocked you the most? Drop your experience in the comments. And if you want to watch another video like this one, click the video on the screen. Thanks for watching.